that want to be. This got a small 9mm, usually concealed in the pocket, and a little 32. The 32 is a smaller round, still as deadly as the 9mm or 45. And in fact, sometimes more because they'll stay in the body and will bounce around, and it causes a lot of internal damage. These guns, if they're turning in, they're take a murder off the street. So we'll come over here. The person will take the gun or the guns. We have a clearing station. They'll walk straight in. This is reinforced. This will take a round or a shotgun round or the assault rifle round that we talked about before. Point it into there, clear the weapon, open it, make sure that the weapon is clear, that there's no ammunition. If there is, the ammunition is taken and given to a bombs and arson person that we have on scene who specializes in explosive and the ammunition that we're taking. After it's cleared here, we take it immediately into our armors. Our armors are our experts or our specialists on the weapons that we have. They're taken in there, they're inspected. They're inspected for firing pins if they're an automatic weapon, which we've had already. We've had a lot of revolvers. Some of them are rusted shut, so they're doing the final inspection here.
We can show that?
Sure, we'll walk through when we get a second and show you. Once they're here, the armor will tell them, okay, this is this type of weapon. It's an automatic or it's a semi-automatic, and they'll give them the price. A card is issued, and I'll show you one of the cards when we get closer to that person in the vehicle. They take that card, they go down to our Bureau of Administration, which is handling all the Stater Brothers cards that we're paying with, and the exchange is made there, and then they're free to go. Most of them are actually going into the parking lot and spending those money. Like you said before, it's a great tool for these people that are on a fixed income to get rid of weapons they're not using. So let me see if we can get in here real quick. Traffic walking through here now. They've already been inspected. They'll bring them out here. They'll tag them. She'll actually go on the computer to check the serial numbers to see if they're stolen or taken out of people's houses back to the rightful owner. We're not here to take weapons off the street that people don't want to turn in. And sometimes when these come up stolen, people are more happy because they're more sentimental, or it's a gun that they used 10 years ago, and it means something to them personally. So I mean, that's twofold. We're doing your job there too. There you go. So they'll be here, they'll be input to a system. Everything's recorded here. If they're found not to be stolen, then they're recorded for destruction immediately. They're tagged. You can see that we're putting guns into the carts. They're then going to be walked over to a sealed container. That's where I told you have one deputy that you're going to see, which is standing over there, one that you're never going to see that's on guns right here.
Okay.
Security's primary, of course. We talked about that. With the weapons that are coming in, and that's why we have the arson bomb guy here. Some of these guns are just beyond control. The last one that they had in Los Angeles, they had grenades come in, so I mean we are prepared for that if anything happens. So I'll move you on. How many guns do you think you've taken in so far, September? Just a rough count.
I've done 24.
Wait, guys didn't have so far, John?
36.
So we're over 50, almost 60.
We're almost at 60, and the operation officially started 8 minutes ago. They'll drive forward and they'll exchange the placards that we had for the Stater Brothers.
Let's show them some pictures of the gift cards. Just put it in.
They're all in increments of $50.
So they get a card like this, and it's like for $50.
Yes.
And so you get
Whatever plaque they come in here with a card. If they come here with $100, we give them 2 gift cards.
so they have a,
They have 3 of them. Then we give them whatever the equivalent dollar value.
very efficient.
The person that brought in the 12 guns actually got, how much did he get?
1,250.
$1,250.
One month.
It's a win-win with everybody coming through and the positive reinforcement and the support that we've had from folks in Victorville. We've had people come down from Big Bear, Apple Valley, Barstow so far. We had someone drive down from there. So it's just been a blessed for us.
We should be thanking Stater Brothers as well for putting this on as well, right?
Definitely. We should be thanking them for the area that they've allowed us to do. They actually worked with the Sheriff's Department, and although the cards were purchased, they've been real helpful. They've been real helpful and a big supporter of the Sheriff's Department.
You guys should be commended for what you're doing. I think it's going to be a great thing.
I appreciate that. This is something that the Sheriff wanted to do for the community. He's got strong feelings about it. He's got strong feelings about keeping the community safe. And I think that this is a step in that direction.
Well, if you just look at the 60-plus guns collected in a matter of a few minutes, not even an hour, it was a matter of minutes. If you look at that and say 1 out of 10 actually is going to be used to commit a crime. I mean, you just saved 6 people's lives.
And we'll never know because these people are taking that step forward and turning these guns in.
This if it's 1 out of 10, but you could be higher than that. So.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
You had a couple of stories about people who've already turned in weapons. Could you tell me about a couple of those stories?
Yes, a few of the citizens that have come to our gun buyback program today. One gentleman turned in 12 rifles.
12.
I asked him why he was turning those rifles in. He said, I have them in my house and I don't need them anymore. And the last thing that I want to happen is for those guns to fall into the hands of a criminal and someone innocent being victimized by them.
Yeah, how about the other guy with the birdseed story?
Gentleman said he turned in a rifle today as well, and I asked him, what made him decide to do that, and he said, I've had it in my house, I no longer want it. He said, and this $100, I raise parakeets, and this will help me buy parakeet seed. So thought it was very positive. Everyone that we've spoken to at this point seemed to be extremely grateful that this opportunity is offered to them, and they're able to rid their homes of weapons that they don't want.
And more importantly, safely rid their homes of weapons. That's a good thing, safely.
Absolutely. This is a very safe environment. The system is flowing very well this morning. Citizens never even exit their vehicle. The weapons are taken from their vehicles, rendered safe. They're given their gift cards and they go on with their day, and they feel better that they no longer have that weapon in their home. They don't have that fear of it possibly being stolen and victimizing an innocent person in the future.
Working well, the Sheriff Buyback Program.
Hello, I'm Christopher Irwin, and today I'm going to talk to you about gun control. Gun control is an issue that affects us all. Without it, how do we control our firearms? The National Rifle Association states that guns don't kill people, people kill people. But I think the gun helps. See, guns are tools, and in the wrong hands, they can cause death, disaster, and destruction. We need to control our firearms to keep our families and the citizens of America safe. There are people who leave their guns just laying around the house. Now, not only is this a safety hazard for everyone who lives in the house, but if a distressed person got a hold of one of those guns, it could lead to disastrous results. For example, the Columbine Massacre of 1999. 2 teenagers helped themselves to the grandfather's arsenal of weaponry, took them to school, and killed many innocent people. This was a national tragedy and a dark time in America's history. Now, had these guns not been so accessible, so easy to get for these teenagers, this whole event could have been prevented. Now, young kids don't just go on random killing sprees, but the violent video games they play depict it well enough. Kids that play games like Call of Duty or Grand Theft Auto can view violence sometimes as glorified or fun. These kids grow into teens and later adults that are surrounded by violence. From 2005 to 2010, an average of 3,800 people died from accidental gun discharges, 1,800 of them being under 25 years old. These people could have just been playing with their guns like they do in their video games, or it could be unsafe keeping like I said before. But either way, people died from being irresponsible with guns. By no means are guns bad though. Guns are needed for police and law enforcement, so that way they have dominance over violent criminals and over the general population. Police officers, FBI, CIA, NSA, and any other licensed organization with willing and capable individuals need to use guns in order to keep the American civilization safe. In conclusion, weapons are dangerous. Dangerous weaponry such as guns can cause tragedy and disaster in the wrong hands. In cases such as the attempted assassination of Ronald Reagan and the assassination of John F. Kennedy, men use guns to put a stress on the freedom of America. Guns should have a more extensive purchase and use policy, and people under the age of 21 should not even be able to buy or have guns around their possession until they go through an extensive background check and training.